So my name is Frank Boyce, and I'm an artist and also a teacher as well. And I did my BA Honours degree in Belfast, and I did my teaching diploma then in Coleraine, and I've been teaching for 22 years. I took about a 10-year break from my own practice. I haven't been doing my own work for about 10 years, up until about 2020, sort of the first lockdown. And during that lockdown, I kind of got a bit of time and a bit of sort of headspace and started doing my own work again. I didn't do much for the first year or so, and then gradually, the more and more I worked, kind of the muscles kind of were loosened up and the creative flow started happening again. And so in the last maybe 2 years, the pace of work has kind of picked up a little bit. But again, I have to balance family life and work and my own practice, and it's kind of a juggling act. But that's part of that creative life, you know. But I'm glad that I'm doing it, and I brought students of my own up to view the exhibition, and so it was an interesting thing to do. It was a scary thing to do, but it was worthwhile because I look at their work and I kind of give them feedback on their work. So it was nice for them to come and see my work, and sort of then they could give me feedback on what they thought I was doing and the themes of my work and things like that. So quite often my paintings now, they start off sort of as digital images that I kind of work on, and then they become physical paintings then. And a lot of my paintings are figurative. A lot of the paintings you see, the figures are almost at the edge of visual perception. They're kind of flickering in and out. And that's almost kind of a representation of that constant flow of content we're experiencing now at the moment, and how does the self hold up within that constant flow of content? So I'm kind of really interested in that. How does a person view themselves now? And I was thinking a lot about sort of lockdown, and we used a lot of, in the education system, we had to go big into sort of using technology to make up for the lack of, in-person teaching that we went big into classroom and various other things. And then I've been reading a lot of stuff since that about how the effect on the human brain of sort of looking at yourself and how it actually changes your brain, so that neuroplasticity, and how it can change your perception of yourself, and the negative impacts that has on everybody, and more so on young people, and in that early stage of development when they're thinking about themselves and their personalities and who they're becoming. And then what is it like when you're viewing yourself always through these smartphones or other digital media. So I looked at studies by Harvard and people like that about how the parts of the brain are activated and that sort of thing. So I think that's it's a really scary area, but a really interesting area as well. That sort of
living in both worlds.
Hybridization, yeah. So yeah, I'm interested in the idea of the place of the individual within that sort of within the collective, and a lot of the themes that I've sort of in this body of work and sort of in the work that I'm making at the moment. I've actually been reading a book since that, and it's by a guy called Jonathan Crary, but it echoes a lot of what I've sort of been thinking about. And the quote from the back of the book is about the digital age and how it's the disastrous terminal stage of global capitalism, which manifests in ecocide, mass impoverishment, military terror, and the financialization of social life. And that's kind of sort of what I've been thinking about, and sort of recognizing in social media and sort of and the new technologies that sort of we're told or we can leverage to be freer, to be wealthier, to be better. But actually, when you sort of drill into it and go underneath it all, really we're sacrificing a lot of other freedoms to sort of for these supposed gains. There was one piece in the exhibition which is of a QR code, and the QR code's linked back to a little short video clip. The video clip is very basic. It's a YouTube clip, and it's of static, snow on the television, and it's called NFT, and the NFT stands for No Future Tomorrow. It's a play on that idea of the NFT as well, and the art world, and this idea that you can have a NFT that's stored in a data center somewhere, burning up massive amounts of energy and clean water, and these things are being sold for millions, multiple millions, but are actually really worthless. They'll have no monetary value in 20 years' time. So all those sorts of things interest me, and that's kind of where my work is at the moment. where it'll go next, then that's that's what I'm interested in finding out, and that's part of my journey now, my process.